After stopping at the fuel dock to top off the diesel's tanks before our 2-day passage around Cape Hatteras, Dad, the captain, and myself headed back out to the busy Chesapeake Bay. Katie and the kids would drive down to meet us in Beaufort, North Carolina, where it was planned for Dad and the captain to hop off and head home. This would end up being a very good decision for what we would end up experiencing on our passage. We headed out early in the morning so we could attempt to time our turn around the Cape with the winds that were expected to shift from the northwest to the northeast. We saw lots of activity in the bay from commercial vessels and the local Navy base. We hired Captain Fred to assist us on this passage. This would be my first time sailing on the ocean, as all my prior experience was on inland lakes. He would help make sure we rounded the Cape safely, but also be a great source of information with all the questions I had accumulated over the last few weeks on the boat.
It's pretty straightforward. I mean, we're going to follow the coast down and hang right at Hatteras. Aim straight for the outer part of that cape, next cape to Beaufort. Like here. So like how far, like if I was doing this solo, zoom in there, what would I want to be looking out for? Out here. We'll stay out here. Okay. Not be there, there's a red. Go outside that red. Stay out of the red. And somebody was telling me that the shoals are constantly changing, so yeah, exactly. But yeah, that keeps you out way too close.
The seas greeted us with calm winds and a beautiful sunset, but those pleasantries would be short-lived. The seas would quickly give us a taste of her potential power, to remind us of what she is capable of. That night, the winds picked up to 30 knots from the north, with gusts up to 35. Since we were fighting the northerly currents of the Gulf Stream, this would make for some very undesirable conditions. The waves would throw us from one direction to another with a constant slamming of water under the bridge deck.
All right, it is night number 2. It's a little after 11 p.m. This has been probably the first time I have felt like vlogging myself at all on this episode. It has been rough, to say the least. First passage has really been eye-opening. Tonight's not too bad, much calmer than it was the night before. Just trudging along, we passed Cape Hatteras shortly before sunset. We should get to Beaufort probably around 10 or 11 o'clock a.m. is what we're forecasting to get to if we maintain our current speed. Winds are coming out of the east at 19 knots. We're currently moving around 5 knots. We probably could have put ourselves up right now, but I think we're all just a little tired and trying to raise sails in the middle of the night. We're just going to keep motoring until we get there. But it's definitely been an eye-opening experience, this whole process. But we'll get there. We'll probably have to hang out in Beaufort for a couple of days, wait for another weather window to head south. And I'm just ready to drop anchor somewhere and not have this boat rocking around on us. I have been borderline seasick pretty much this whole trip. I hadn't gotten nauseous enough where I've had to throw up or anything, but kind of just right there on that edge, having to stare at the horizon most of the time, nibble on some crackers, drink water. It's really helped, but yeah, I'm just ready to stop bouncing around for a little bit, take a break. All right.
After 12 hours of unpleasant sailing, the winds calmed down, we rounded Hatteras, and the Atlantic Ocean officially welcomed us with her best greeting. A pod of dolphins came to play. This was one of the experiences of sailing I have been really looking forward to. They stuck around for about 15 minutes and then disappeared back into the deep blue. We arrived in Beaufort the morning of the second day. We would end up sticking around here for a few days to explore and get some projects completed as we wait for our next weather window. Be sure to see next week's video as we explore this quaint small town with its southern charm. Thanks for watching.